Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another edition of Systematic with Dominic. That's right, and today is Turn It Around Thursday. And what do we do on every Turn It Around Thursday? What we do, we make it our point, we make it our goal to turn our life around for that 180-degree turn. And then what do? We go full speed ahead. But how are we going to do that here today? How are we going to make sure that we have a successful Turn It Around Thursday? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about here today. Is turning our life around for that 180-degree turn and only looking back to remember where we came from. Understand, folks, and like I stated before, I only talk about things I've done, said, or are going through. And I'm telling you right here, right now, it takes a lot of heart, it takes a lot of strength, it takes a lot of self-respect to turn your life around from what it was to what it is and to where it will be. But how can you honestly be able to do that? How can you successfully turn your life around for that 180-degree turn? Well, it starts with you and only you. It doesn't start with your spouse. It doesn't start with your kids. It doesn't start with your employer. It doesn't start with nobody but you. And that makes it just a little bit easier if you think about it. You got to have that desire to want to change your life around. You got to have that will for yourself to turn your life around. We all know how we are living. We all know what we are saying. And we all know how we choose to think. And it's all about the choice we make for ourselves. You have gang members that have been in a gang since, let's say, their childhood years. And a lot of times, those gang members do grow up, mature up, realize what they were doing, how they were living is not only immature, but ignorant. And they chose to change their life around. But then you also have those gang members that refuse to make that change. Still throwing up the west side. Still throwing up that C. Still throwing up that B. Or whatever the case is. Looking ignorant, dumb and retarded. Not having much to accomplish in their life. Then you have individuals that want to sit around and live off of others. They want to sit around and live off of food stamps. They want to sit around and live off of government assistance. For the same example, you have individuals that have, yes, they've taken government assistance, they've taken assistance from others, but then they turn their life around. But then you have individuals that they become comfortable. They're like, oh, this is easy. I can sit on my butt all day. I can sit around and collect dust for the rest of my life. Give you one more example. You have the individuals, such as myself, all right, that wasn't the nicest of individuals. There is two sides of Dominic. There is one that could be your best friend, and there's one that could be your bitter enemy. And sadly and unfortunately, that was me for a lot of years. And to be openly and honest with you, I still have a lot of work to do. A lot to kick that. But how are you going to be able to turn your life around for that 180-degree turn starting right here today on this Turn It Around Thursday? Is first realizing and accepting to yourself, where are you failing? Where are you lacking? What are you lacking? And what is it that's making you fail? And then once when you do that, here comes the choice. God gave us a choice. From the very first time he made humans, he all gave us the power of choice. So are you going to choose to continue living your life that way? The way you don't want to be? Or are you going to choose to say, hey, damn, I'm that type of person. Dang, I was really doing that. I was really thinking that. I was really saying that. It's time to change. Then 3, now that you've realized you were open and honest with yourself of how you are or were. Now you've made the choice to want to change. Now is the hard part. It's taking those action steps and start making that change. And that, I'm telling you, is the hard part, folks. Because what the devil does, he knows how you work. He knows what it is that you're trying to change about yourself. And what that little snake does, he will dangle whatever it is in front of you to try to bring you back to where you were. So how are you going to successfully turn yourself around? How are you going to successfully have a beautiful, thriving Turn It Around Thursday? Is by not taking the bait. Having more respect for yourself, more love for yourself, to be able to say to anyone and anybody or anything that you are not going to be my downfall. You're not going to be the one to bring me back. You're going to be able to say, be strong enough within you to be able to laugh at that and keep on going. Only looking back to remember how far you came from. Don't look back for long. Just like you look at a rear view mirror, just like you look over your blind spot when you're driving, it's the only time you're looking back. All right, cool. Made it a couple miles now. I'm gonna keep on trucking. That's the only time you look back, folks. And that's how you're gonna be able to have a beautiful, successful, prosperous Turn It Around Thursday. Hit those comments, hit those subscribe buttons, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Never, ever lose day. Peace.